Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at Palantir stock. Now this is a company that I have been watching very heavily over the last month or so because they've shown a lot of great price action, but unfortunately I haven't hopped in on a trade. But right now I see some great opportunity with this company, especially to the downside. Now I don't recommend you to short this company immediately or until you watch my explanation to the end of the video and come to your own conclusion, but I want to show you guys why I think that this stock will be a much better buy once it comes down to around $15, and I wouldn't recommend buying it at these higher prices, especially not at all-time highs near 35, or at least until the stock shows us some clear price action. So the first thing that I want to say about Palantir stock is that they have not produced a single penny of positive earnings. Now, every single quarter so far, they have lost money, and this is going to be one of the biggest things dragging down Palantir's stock price and not letting them really push up into those $50 ranges, which I thought was personally going to be possible when I first heard about this stock. Now, one of the positive things about this company is that they rely heavily on government contracts. Now, if your company is reliant on another business, on another public company, then there's a chance that that other company could go out of business or potentially fall on hard times. But if you know anything about government, they tend to really stay up and they tend to help themselves stay afloat. So government is one of those things where the spending doesn't really slow down, and that's going to be a positive for Palantir stock. But unfortunately, like I said, they haven't been able to go in the green here as far as making money as a company, and this is what's really been pushing them down over the last few weeks, even though they have had a lot of good news, especially over here in the ends of December, when I remember them having another contract just signed with the government. Now, I don't remember specifically what country that was with, but as you can see, it moved the stock to the upside for a few days. However, the bears, really have been able to take control of this stock and are pushing us down very heavily. Now, like I said, there is a very, very clear sign here happening on the chart right now, which is going to be the clearest thing telling me that this stock is due for a sell-off, at least in the short term here. And that's going to be the crossing of the 250 EMA here. Now, the 50 EMA is the dark blue line you see here on the chart, and the 200 EMA is going to be this greenish blue line. Now, what these lines mean, guys, is the 200 EMA is the long direction of the stock. So as you can see, when the chart price is above the 200 EMA, we are considered growing. Now, when the stock price is above the 50, this is usually what we use to track a parabolic move like the original move Palantir had. As you can see, the 200 EMA wouldn't be a good signal of anything here because the stock isn't pulling back enough, but the 50 EMA is giving us a very good representation that the stock was still in an uptrend. Now, as you can see, the 50 and 200 EMA have both been broken now, and the trend is well below both. And what we're seeing now is that the actual 50 EMA line is crossing below the 200 EMA line. And what this signifies is that there is going to be some selling coming in the near future. This is a very bearish sign on any stock, but especially with a stock where we look at the volume chart down here, and it looks like around 80% of the volume from this point forward is red selling volume. So what this shows us is that there is a lot more bears here in this market than bulls, and this is never a great sign for a stock that already has weak financials and weak fundamental data about their company. So I'm not saying that Palantir is never going to rocket back up. I'm never saying that Palantir is going to be worth less than whatever amount or anything like that. What I'm saying is that right now, this company is not worth $23, and the market is telling us that very, very clearly here with the price action over the last few days. Now, if you've been following the channel, we like to know when a stock will be breaking like crazy below a certain level, and I see a break below this $23 on Monday being a very bearish sign. Now, ultimately, $21 will be the price that I'm watching to really give us a break sign and really give us that clear flushing price direction like what we saw on our Fubo TV trade. So guys, keep an eye on this $21 level, because ultimately, if the stock comes below this price, then I'm watching for a buy here at around $15. But no sooner than that will I be looking to buy Palantir stock again. The market has very clearly told us that the stock stock is not worth $23 at this moment. Now we might see support at 21, but that is the critical price that I am telling you guys, do not buy them above $21. They are not worth it, and they are going to be selling off in the near future. Now, one more thing I do want to address is that there is a wedge building here on the pattern if this stock can hold at $21. So what does this mean? As you can see, the price has been trading very clearly here between this wedge, and it looks like we are about to retest on the bottom side of this triangle or this flag looking direction here. So what this is going to be is basically a consolidation pattern where the stock is deciding what direction it wants to take. And when it gets to the tip of the cone here, that's when the stock will ultimately show us the long-term direction, whether it wants to head in an upwards or downwards direction, guys. So that's what I think will happen here if we do not see a break below $21 coming over the next few days. So like I said, $21 will be the level that I'm watching, and I will be looking to add shares under $21 here, preferably around this $15 price tag, because I do see a lot of promise with this company. Like I said, they have been successful in securing government contracts in the past, even though they are losing money as a company. I think that they have a lot of promise into the future, but I am not looking to buy them until they are at a fair price, and this is going to be under $21 and preferably under even 20. So guys, make sure we wait for the confirmation to buy in on these stocks. You want to make sure what you're doing is the right move. You don't want to buy in at these all-time highs when we clearly have a descending pattern here, and you can see that the trend is not able to break above multiple times. That's not going to be a stock that you really want to buy in when they're looking to break again, or when they're looking to come to new highs, because that's not going to give you a good move. It's not going to give you a good return on your investment. And as you can see, the market has been very clear with this stock, showing us that right now it is not in a clear buying pattern. So why would it make any sense to buy this stock right now? That's just my personal analysis. So guys, I hope you don't hate me. I know a lot of you guys are really into this stock and it's like your baby. I do think that they will grow into the future, but unfortunately guys, in the short term here, the stock is giving us a very, very, very clear sign of what price is going to be a clear buy, and of what investors think on this stock in the short term, even though we have had good news. So as always guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you make money with these suggestions, don't forget to check the links down below, subscribe to the channel, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope all your plays are in the green.